Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to Anime King. And today I'm going to be giving you the final episode of the day, part 15 of What If Naruto Returned Different After His Training Trip. Remember to get this one to 100 likes as usual, share this to all of your friends in your social media platform, and also go ahead and check out a new episode of What If Naruto Was Trained to Be a Weapon that I posted on this channel, and enjoy that. And over on Anime King 2, I post a new episode of What If Naruto Rebuild the Uzumaki clan, so go ahead and enjoy that as well guys. And I also post a new episode of What If Naruto Had the Unknown Sharingan, so go ahead and check out that and enjoy as well guys. And remember, if you're new and this is the first time you're hearing my voice and you enjoy the videos on both Anime King and Anime King 2, go ahead and click those red subscribe button and become a part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and your support, and remember to comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be replying and talking back to all of you. So without further ado, let's begin this new episode, shall we?
I think the girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I think the girls with their
So the last time we left off, Naruto was in Konoha, showing them that they can't beat him, as Guy wanted to open the inner 8 gates. As Naruto used a cube of darkness and Guy vanished, he then reappeared underground with no sign of life. As Lee quickly rushed over to him, as Naruto plummeted his sword right through Lee's back, as Tsunade and the others then appear, getting into Naruto's way. That was when Naruto showed them that they can't beat him as he transformed, as Naruto gained 2 horns and black wings. As Tsunade, Orochimaru, and Jiraiya went through hand sign as they summoned the Toad, the Slug, and the Snake, as they didn't want to come at first but they still came, saying that they have something big to deal with right now, as a war is going on between the summons, as Naruto is kind of involved in that war, as Naruto summoned a creature of fire, as it seemed to be loyal to Naruto and even calling Naruto Naruto-sama like Naruto is its master, as Gamabunta told them that the strongest demons are still around, and it seems like Naruto want to overthrow them and gaining that power, as Orochimaru realized that is why he wants the rings. He wants to collect all the bijous, he wants to get stronger to become the greater demon. As they start their battle, and everything they throw at Naruto, Kakashi and the others ran their katanas and kunais right through him. As Naruto wasn't even phased, he told them that he was no longer human and human things couldn't kill him, as he reached up and ripped out Kakashi's Sharingan and squashed it and kicked away Kakashi, as Sasuke and Orochimaru quickly jumped away. As the battle went on inside of Konoha, as nothing that they do was hurting Naruto, or he vanished, escaping the explosion, as Choji and his father slammed their hands together on Naruto, trying to squash him, but Naruto spun like a gate as he burst right through Choji's father's arm, as Choji's father cried out in pain. As Choji then tried to attack Naruto, but Naruto sliced off his giant arm as blood got all over him. So yeah guys, that was basically the last part we left off. You guys can switch across the place and check it out for yourself. So let's begin this new episode, shall we? Oh my god, look at this, I'm covered in blood again, Naruto said. Do you have any idea how long it takes to clean this crap from my wings? As he descended down to the ground. Alright, that's it, I've had enough. You guys don't want to do this the easy way, then have it your way. As he raised his hand above his head and the sky started to turn red. It will take longer for me to find the ring, but at least all of you will be gone. Now everyone started to cover their faces and backed away because a heat was illuminating the area. Good riddance, he said. Crimson fury. As Naruto gathered all energy in one spot. Now as he then stopped. What the hell is that? As he turned, as he saw Tsunade standing, but she didn't have the diamond on her forehead anymore, and she had no wounds. And Jiraiya was beside her. He was looking a bit off, with 2 frogs on his shoulders, and they were making this strange noise. Cover your ears now, said Yamato. As Naruto was about to speak, but he couldn't, as he was now stuck in a cube of water. Surrounding him was 4 summoning toads. Why? Naruto asks as he just gets to speak. You're in a genjutsu. Attacking me with genjutsu? The nerve of these people, said Naruto as he shook his head. Naruto, Jiraiya's voice echoed through the area. You have failed me. I never teach you to be like this. You didn't teach me at all, said Naruto, as Jiraiya ignored Naruto's comment and continued to speak. You were supposed to become my successor and lead this world to peace. As Naruto broke out in laughter. Correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't the prophecy like he will lead the world to peace or to pure utter destruction? And if I remember correctly, you're the one who's supposed to choose to stop me or not. How do you know that? Jiraiya asked. As Naruto laughed even harder. You're telling me that you still don't know? Too bad. Fukasaku. Right, why don't you tell him? As the 2 toads on Jiraiya's shoulder stared at Naruto with pure hate. Tell me what, Jiraiya said. Have you ever wondered how I managed to break the summoning pack? I did, said Jiraiya. Oh, well, aren't you going to tell him? Naruto asked. Silence, traitor, said Paw. Alright, Jiraiya, let me ask you, how many ways are there to break a summoning pack? Asked Naruto. 3. Due to agreement on both sides, destruction of contract, or the summoner's death. Well done, bravo, Naruto said as he clapped. But there's actually a 4th one. You see, neither of the last suited me, so I needed something else. Stop, no, said Ma. The 4th way is to create the greatest crime against the Summoner clan. Guess what that was? As Jiraiya only stared at Naruto silently. Alright, let me tell you. It's to kill a clan Great Elder. What? That's impossible. You couldn't kill the Elder Toad Sage, said Jiraiya. Jiraiya, Pa said. He could and he did. He broke into the Toad Sage private chambers, killing many in the process. What? But how? Jiraiya asked. Oh, pretty simple. I told you already that I discovered the secret of the Higher Shin. So I simply summoned some toad and placed a seal on it, and then dismissed them. And then I just teleported where they were. Poor Gamakashi thought that it was his fault and he couldn't handle the pressure. He took his own life, said Pa. As Jiraiya stood silently, as Naruto continued as he was laughing, you should have seen it. The old toad didn't even understand why I was there. He even started to explain to me that useless prophecy. I was somewhat intrigued at first, but he then asked me for the 3rd time who I was, so I sliced off his head. As Jiraiya looked at Naruto, what have you become? No more, Naruto. I can't let you live no longer, he said. As Naruto rolled his eyes, so you're gonna kill me, huh? Jiraiya, before you do what you're going to do, let me give you a prophecy of my own. As Jiraiya looked at him without saying a word. After you deliver the killing blow, you will regret it for not very long. As Jiraiya impaled Naruto with his sword as he twisted the blade a few times. As Naruto gasped as his eyes went wide. I am sorry, Minato, but your son left me no choice. As Jiraiya's eyes went wide when he saw Tsunade switch with Naruto. As he rushed forward to pull his sword out, when another Tsunade appeared behind him and stabbed him right through the back. Tell me what you cherish the most, said Tsunade as she slowly shifted into Naruto. Give me the pleasure of taking it away. As he then pulled out his blade and swung a few times, and then placed it back in his sheath. Immediately, a fountain of blood erupted from Jiraiya's chest, spraying all over Tsunade who still had a sword in her chest. I did told you, you wouldn't regret it for long, said Naruto. Suddenly, Manda's body was sent flying through the air as he crashed on the ground with some deep gashes. Followed behind him was Katsuya. How's your fun, Burial? Naruto asked. Very good, said Burial, as he held his sword in one hand and Gamabunta's throat in another. Meanwhile, the large toad was struggling to get loose. Manda, Katsuya, no choice. Summon it, as the both of them nodded. What are they talking about? Burial asked. As Naruto's eyes went wide. No, don't let that happen. Stop them, but it was too late. Summoning jutsu, both of them said, as there was a huge puff of smoke. Damn it, Naruto said, as he flew high in the air. As he landed on Burial's head. Drop that piece of trash, we got problem. Indeed, his thoughts were true, as there stood a bigger slug that looked really royal, and a giant snake with 8 heads. Urukai and Katsuya the patient, Burial said as he threw Gamabunta away, grand elders of their clans. I see, said the queen of the slugs. Uzumaki Naruto himself, most surprising. No surprise here, said the king of the snakes. But I want to know, what did you summon me for, Manda? The two of us won't be enough to defeat the two of them. Suddenly, Paw appeared on the giant slug head. Lord Elders, allow me to give you an explanation. Who are you? The snake asks. I am Fukasaku, and I have been appointed as a new Toad Grand Elder, said Paw. I see, then please do, said the queen of the slugs. Alright, we have an emergency. This village has something that can increase Uzumaki Naruto's power, and he wants that. All attempts to drive him off has failed, and you need our help to banish him, said King Snake. Yes, said Paw. Very well, said the King Snake. Damn it, Naruto shouted. They're going to use banishment, said Burial. Don't you think I know that, said Naruto. Damn it to hell. There is just 3 of them. I think we can withstand that, said Burial. I know we can, but we will be weak after the process, said Naruto. Meanwhile, Sasuke appeared on Manda's head. What are they doing? He asks. They're going to use banishment. This technique is a privilege from the clan Grand Elders, said Manda. And what does that banishment do? Sasuke asks. It causes severe pain to any noble one in the vicinity, and seeing that Naruto and Burial is a noble one, it will cause them extreme pain. Interesting, thought Sasuke. Back with Naruto, his horns disappear as they went back into his forehead, as his wings vanish, as the chains vanish as well. Fine, have it your way, he said, as he took sunglasses out of nowhere and put them on. But for denying me my prize, you only managed to do one thing, and you just put yourself into my range of attack. And with that, he stretched his arm out as he created a fireball and threw it towards the Hokage's monument. No, Kakashi yelled, the shelter. With a loud boom, the monument exploded, making heads roll into the village, adding more destruction. You bastard, Sakura screamed. Yeah, screw you too. Don't miss me too much. And remember, Grand Elders, you just put your name on my kill list. Remember that. As he snapped his fingers as both Naruto and Burial turned into flames as they disappeared into the sky. Jiraiya! As Orochimaru turned his head to see Tsunade covered in blood, Jiraiya and her own, as she tried to revive her fallen friend. Not again, Orochimaru thought. At least she managed to withdraw that sword from her chest. Jiraiya, please don't die, Tsunade screamed as tears flew from her eyes. It's okay, Tsunade, he said. Don't speak, you fool, she yelled. You're crying for me. I'm honored, he said. Orochimaru. Yeah, said Orochimaru. In my pocket. As Orochimaru reached into Jiraiya's pocket and pulled out a single scroll, immediately his eyes went wide. Is this what I think it is? He asked, as Jiraiya coughed up some blood. Do what I could not. That will help bring him down. And look out for Tsunade. And if you don't, I'll kick your ass. As Orochimaru gave a small nod. Jiraiya, said Tsunade while crying. Tsunade, know that I always love. As he collapsed dead. As Tsunade screamed out. Sometime later, at Kiri, in the Mizukage's private chambers. Did I make the right choice? Naruto asked, as he was sitting down, his head resting in his hand. I could have ended right then and there. That's probably for the best, said Yamato. You think? Said Naruto. Yes, it was a fight against 3 Grand Elders and countless humans. And you're not all that strong until you drain the remaining energy from that statue at least. What? Naruto said. I almost destroyed that entire village with my crimson attack. But it was because of Jiraiya screwing up my plan. Oh, give me a break. Yeah, you probably could. But what would that accomplish? Destroying a human village. You know that in the netherworld, it's not such a big of a deal. Naruto snorted at that, and still, the Kyuubi failed. Yeah, you're probably right, said Yamato. So you think I was right, said Naruto. Yeah, pretty much. Besides, if you had stayed, you would probably lose your allies. Yeah, Burial is a good guy. And he has a really nice attitude. Yamato chuckled. And what do you mean by nice attitude? Well, he's actually a funny guy if you know him close enough. You know how most demons are. Like, I'll drink your soul, I'll kill this and kill that. But he's different, you know? Well, I guess you're kind of right, said Yamato. He doesn't act all that crazy like other demons. How did you meet Burial anyway? Well, you're not gonna believe me, but I accidentally find a hell gate. You're lying. I told you you were not going to believe me. Well, I did. It was like if someone summoned it there for me. When I got there, it opened immediately. And Burial came out. And I was surprised. He didn't attack me like normal demons does. He actually asked me for my name. And he asked me some other questions and also introduced himself. And I told him about my plan. And he laughed and said that he would join me if I defeated him in battle. So, how did you manage to beat him? It's no small feat, asked Yamato. Actually, I can't tell. Burial will be upset. Come on, you know me, said Yamato. Man, I promise, Naruto said. It's not like I'm going to tell anyone. You're the only one that can talk to me. Alright, long story short, I put him in a genjutsu and finished him with a sword. You got a greater devil with a genjutsu? Yamato asked in disbelief. I used the Kyuubi on pure energy for that. No matter, the fact is that I got an ally. Which actually was perfect because of the moment. Why? Said Yamato. Because it was a few weeks after I escaped from Konoha, and I desperately need to break that summoning contract. I see, but I thought you did that by yourself, said Yamato. Yeah, I already know Harushin at the moment. But it wasn't enough, said Naruto. I don't understand, said Yamato. Strange. You more than anyone should know that no mortal can enter the summoning world without the grand demon approval. Alright, said Yamato. Why do I have the feeling that you're hearing this for the first time? Naruto said. Whatever. So anyway, Burial was the one who gave you permission? Wrong, said Naruto. Unfortunately, he didn't possess such power. What? I thought he was a greater demon, said Yamato. He is, but he still couldn't give me permission. You have to inherit that power from someone who possessed it. So what did you do? Asked Yamato. I asked him if he knew anyone with that power. He somewhat hesitated, but then revealed a name to me, of his acquaintance. Really? Do I know him? Yamato asked. You probably do. Her. Her? What's her name? Asked Yamato. Sara, said Naruto. What? You got permission from her? Said Yamato. Oh, I see now, said Yamato. She was one of those ones who got their lands taken away from them. Greater demons, but she still had the power to grant you permission. Oh, that is why she never told me her clan status. So what happened between the two of you? Asked Yamato. Well, it started with a pleasant conversation and then turned into one of the most difficult battles I ever had in my life. That hard, huh? Yamato asked. You don't say. She was almost completely immune to my genjutsu, and she fought in her release form, teleporting around and throwing lightning bolts at me. And how did you get her? Asked Yamato. Well, she went for her finisher, the kiss of life. The thing is, Burial warned me about that one. So I waited for her to come closer, and when she was about to kiss me, I grabbed her head and gave her a RKO. The element of surprise. Strike your opponent when he or her are sure that they will win. Good point. So what happened next? Asked Yamato. She asked the same thing, but I told her I wasn't after her life and explained my plan. She was just as excited as Burial. Well, even more, and said that she would help me if I accept her challenge to another battle. The other kind of battle. Oh, you mean the mom and dad kind of battle? Asked Yamato. Yeah, and to tell the truth, I lost that one completely. As Yamato chuckled, and you call yourself a demon. Hey, give me a break. I wasn't a demon back then. But, god damn, she had some moves. And after that I got the approval, and well, you heard the rest. By the way, who was strong enough to defeat her and take her land? Oh, Sparta. Naruto narrowed his eyes. I see. Hey, don't worry, you will. No, Naruto said. The world is not ready for that yet, said Naruto. Which one? Both of them, Naruto said. Do you think they are now? Yamato asks. Maybe. What do you think? Naruto asks as he looked down. As the owner had long red hair and her head was moving up and down right near his legs. Mei Terumi, the 5th Mizukage of the Mist Village, stopped what she was doing for a moment. You say something? She asks. I was talking out loud the entire time. Didn't you heard anything I said? Naruto asks. No, she said. Excellent, Naruto said as he picked her up. Man, I like this woman. Sorry, Yamato, duty calls. Sure, have fun, Yamato said. Oh, don't worry, I will, he thought, slamming Mei into the wall. Oh, how I missed this, she said, as he then thrust forward. Oh, I see. Nothing hasn't changed, he said, as she released a loud moan. Sometime later, Naruto collapsed on the bed, as Mei collapsed on top of him, as she then punched him in the shoulder. You bastard, how can you deny that from me for 2 months now? Well, I've been busy, you know, he said. Was what you were doing really important than being with me? Mei asks. Tell that to Yamato, said Naruto, as Mei raised her eyebrow. Who the hell is Yamato? Oh, my sword, he said. Why do you want me to explain to your sword? It's not like it's gonna hear me. Why do you want me to explain to a piece of metal? Hey, I have feelings, you know, said Yamato. Aw, you hurt his feelings, Naruto said. Mei's eyes widened. What? It can talk? Yeah, only to me though. Well then, tell him I'm sorry. No need, he can hear you. He just cannot answer. I see, she said, as they then spent some time in silence. Screw Konoha, Naruto said. What? Mei asked. I could have ended. I could have ended right there. Don't worry, she said as she rubbed his chest with her hand. It's probably better that way. As Naruto looked at her skeptically. You too, Brutus? No, I'm Mei. And who the hell is Brutus? I didn't know that you swing that way, she said. No, I don't swing that way. And Brutus is... No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who he is, Naruto said. True, she said. Now stop talk and let's go another round. As she climbed up on top of him. Who am I to deny your request, he said. Later that night in Konoha. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, Tsunade screamed, banging her hand on her decks. Screw you, Naruto, she said. Tsunade, don't try to cheer me up, Orochimaru. If you value your health, that is. Jiraiya is dead. The bigger half of the village is destroyed. People morale is below the bottom line. Hundreds of civilians were killed. And you want me to stay calm? He's right, said Pa. It's not the time to grieve. We must act. Who are we? Tsunade asks. If I remember correctly, you don't have a summoner anymore. Yes, that is why I'm here, to choose another summoner and explain a few things about demons. We don't need to know about that, said Tsunade. Oh, I think you do, because when he returns, you all must be ready. Or this little story won't have a happy ending. I agree, we will help about the summoner, but I think the information must come first. As Tsunade said nothing. Very well, said Pa. Do you have any specific questions? Or should I tell you everything I know? Tell us all, said Orochimaru. Wait, said Tsunade. I want to know something first. Naruto claimed to be a demon, but when he transformed, he stayed the same size we are. Why? And what is release form? Good question, said Pa. You see that form you saw? It was actually his release form. So what is that exactly? Orochimaru asked. I will start from the beginning. Every demon has 3 forms. First, there is a demon form. That is the one you always see when you summon. In other words, you can call it the animal form. Every human soul, after its death, have a form. The next one is a human form. It has no particular meaning, except for obtaining the form that a human used to have before his or her death. And if you turn into this form, it instantly changes your class to Grand Devil or Major Summon. That's a 3rd class, right? Orochimaru asks. Yes, now the last and final form is a release form. This is actually a combination of the first 2 and can only achieve by the strongest. Usually in this form, the demon has average human size and demon features. Wait, if I understand you correctly, then this form is the strongest, right? Tsunade asks. Correct. Then why don't you use it? She asks. Well, we are capable of using it, but there is a slight problem. Being in a release form consumes energy. In order to release it, demons must shift back in their demon form. So, what's the problem? Snally asks. The problem is size. The size difference is too great, and almost every demon has to adjust to it. That's the main problem fighting someone in their release form, because unlike you, they don't have to adjust. And why is that? Snally asks. It's because they spend more time in their human form. Take Naruto as an example. He is always in his human form. So when he go into his release form, he just gain demon features, and that enhances power by a lot. I have a question. If that was Naruto release form, what is his demon form? Orochimaru asks. No one knows, only himself I guess, said Pa. But if we somehow get this information, then we will be able to analyze his strength. What? How? Asks Nade. Well, the strength of a demon is judged by its demon form. The highest place he have in evolution, the stronger the demon is. And if we can see what is Naruto demon form, we could have judged his strength. So you, in other words, said Nade. That's right, we're pretty weak, if you can look at me. Actually, the three of us, our clans, the toads, the snakes, and the slugs. Just perfect, said Nade. Then, who are the strongest? If you mean clans, then Dragon and Phoenix are the most powerful. Actually, the dragons are even considered as nobles among the clans. Why? They never had a summoner. I don't get it, said Orochimaru. They don't have a contract? Oh, they do, but no one ever survived their test to become their summoner. Peachy, Snally said. And what kind of test is that? I can't say. Fine, Snally said. What about Phoenix? Yes, they do have a summoner. But even right now finding him will be next to impossible. Great, more good news, said Snally. Wait, said Orochimaru. When Jiraiya cast that genjutsu, he looked somewhat strange. What was that? Good question. That was a Sage mode. It is somewhat similar to the Toad's release form. Orochimaru's eyes widen. Humans can have release form? He asks. Yes, every clan have their specific form. This is something, said Orochimaru. We must use this. Yes, perhaps, but it takes a great deal of training, said Pa. We will see when we get there, said Snally. Now, I have another question. What are the overlords? As Fukasaku frowned. Sorry, I just feel uneasy when I think about them. In fact, I think every summoner does. Why? Because they can come and destroy any clan they feel like, and no one can do anything about it. Are they that strong? Asked Nade. Yes. That's not good, said Orochimaru. You said that there are two of them, right? Indeed, Overlord Mundus and Overlord Bale. I see, said Nade. Do you know something about them? Well, you see, a long time ago, before the summoning clans were created, there were 3 overlords. 3? Who was the third one? Asked Nade. A demon named Sparta. So what happened to him? Oh, the overlord Mundus tried to invade the human world and kill all human and turn it into another nether world. And Sparta disagreed. I don't understand, said Snade. Sparta valued life and went against Mundus, and the two fought, and Mundus won. What? Said Snade. But I don't get it. Let me finish, said Pa. Mundus was stronger, far stronger in fact. But in a last effort, Sparta managed to seal Mundus away, with only one chance to escape. Well, I don't know. I don't know what can release him, said Pa. So after sealing the enemy away, Sparta closed nether gates and fled into the human world. So Mundus was the strongest then, Snade asked. No, said Pa. What do you mean no? Orochimaru asked. The strongest was, and still is, the Overlord, Bale. No one in history has ever defeated him. That is why they call him the Supreme Overlord. This just keeps getting better and better. So when does he enter the scene? Snade asks. He doesn't. What? Bale never interfered in Sparta or Mundus conflict because he didn't care. Because in reality, he was far stronger than both of them put together. Damn, that's definitely not good, Orochimaru said. Yes, but I don't think it's bad neither, said Pa. Explain, said Snade. For thousands of years, Bale never met his match. So he just retreated into his tower, and he just slept there until someone worthy enough arrived to wake him. Every strong demon, including the other two overlords, tried to seal him inside there, but no one knew if those seals worked because he never tried to leave. And every demon prays that he never will. That's not a pleasant thought, Orochimaru said, as the office door opened. I am sorry, Tsunade, Shikamaru said as he entered, but can I bother you for a minute? What is it? Asked the Hokage. Well, I actually wanted to ask Jiraiya. As Tsunade closed her eyes, outwardly she said, well, I want to sign the Toad Summoning contract. Both Sanins raised an eyebrow at that, but neither of them answered. And what is your motivation? Asked Paul. I feel helpless, said Shikamaru. My clan used shadow as weapon, but I used it on Naruto and he actually turned my own technique against me, saying that he has far greater control of darkness. The small toad nodded. Indeed, he has great control over darkness. So without shadows, I'm next to useless, and I want to help in a fight against him. A worthy reason. In fact, there is something I want to propose. In the Konoha hospital. You will be fine soon, Sensei, Sakura said as she looked over at Kakashi. As his Sharingan eye was all bandaged up, seeing that Naruto removed it and squished it. Sakura, you have someone to talk to, right? As she looked at Kakashi, how did you know? I just know. He's on the training grounds. Go and see him. As Sakura smiled as she nodded as she left. In an unknown area, Naruto was floating in darkness. What? Where am I? He asked, as he didn't even hear his own voice. What the hell? As a golden light appeared in front of him. Come, Uzumaki Naruto, said a female voice. Your mission hasn't even started yet. Who are you? Said Naruto, as the light got so bright that it nearly blinded him. Back in the Mizukage's private chambers, Naruto jumped out of bed. What just happened? He said. As Mei got up, Naruto, what's wrong? As Naruto looked around, oh, I'm still here. What the hell was that? He wondered. But guys, I'm be ending this episode right here. If you want to see the next part of this, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn that bell notification to stay posted. Remember to share to all your friends on your social media platform. And yeah guys, this is it for today. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you all for your help and your support, guys. I hope you enjoy each and every video that comes out today, guys. And thank you all. But goodbye for now. See you tomorrow. Peace.